You have triggered Professor Upsidasium's Visuotronic Audiographic Steampunk Archive, collecting images and sounds from AnachroCon 2011, held February 25th through February 27th. Part 3. The Venusian Airship Pirate Trading Company Edition. Sir, could I ask you about your business, please?
Yes. My name is Captain Bilbo of the good ship Venus. I'm with the Venusian Airship Pirate Trading Company.
Venusian Airship Pirate Trading Company.
Yes. We
Wonderful.
Deal in weapons from any time, any planet that we bring to share with our good friends.
And what can you share with us today?
Good heavens. Well, there was a popular vampire gun.
The Gatling Stake Shooter?
Yes. It's a handy weapon that young ladies like to carry. There was this planet, I think it was called Hoth. We found all these dead bodies in the snow, and we just helped ourselves to the weaponry. It's my latest boarding gun that I made. It's made to fit in a divot on the rail of the airship, to sweep the deck of the opponents, and it makes a fine hand axe. Let's see what else we have. For the ladies, not only does it protect them against the sun, but blood spatter as well. Always a popular item.
Very thoughtful of you, sir.
Nothing's too good for the ladies, of course.
And how long have you been in the pirate trading ship company?
About 3 years now.
About 3 years? And how many conventions do you do?
Oh, goodness. I believe this year we're probably going to do at least 7 or 8.
7 or 8 conventions?
Mostly around this area, though. We did DragonCon, we did Stella last year, we did Chattanooga, anything up there, Canuga, Chattacon. I think we're doing Phantom Sci-Fi Con. We're going to try to get to Tesla Con this year. We hear it's pretty awesome.
And where are you based out of?
Decatur, Georgia.
Decatur, Georgia. And traveling all over.
No, we don't go that far. We're old. We'd like to go home. We have dogs. That must be fed and maintained.
Yes. When you are making one of these,
yes,
what's usually the time frame, the process?
You know, it varies. I can work on a gun and knock it out maybe in a day, but then there's other guns that, I'll do a little bit to it, I'll set it aside, then I'll come back, and finally sometime, I have to say, step away from the gun. But it can vary anywhere from a day to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Minimum. I mean, just, it has to strike. I mean, like I made this basically in about 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
But it percolated for about a month. You know what I mean? First I started with the stock, and I would, the way I don't plan out the gun before I make it. I just kind of go, all right, I got this. How's that look on it? Okay. Then I add a little bit more, then a little bit more, then a little bit more, until I'm done, and I'm happy with it, So, it varies.
Now, I notice, especially looking at a piece like this, you're using screws?
Yes. I never glue it on. I used to glue it on, but there's no really effective glues that can withstand, a good beating. And I like to screw my stuff on because it stays on.
Okay.
Basically.
Are you doing any welding or soldering?
A little bit in here. You can see there's a bit of solder action in there.
Mm-hmm.
There was another piece I had that I deliberately tried to get a weld looking on it, that ray gun. Yeah, and I let the solder spatter around and stuff like that.
So primarily for effect more than structure or strength.
Well, I mean, it's, I'm just a simple fellow with a workshop. I'm using a butane torch and some solder, you know what I mean? I would like to learn a lot more about joining metals and stuff like that. But I'm learning as I go. I mean, now I'm working on my painting techniques and stuff. don't know if you can see this one here. Just see the brushing here. And I'm just learning about that and ways I can do that. Because I like a gun that looks oiled and used and stuff like that, as opposed to
some aging
shiny
versus
new gun. You know what I mean? Like, you know, even if I just hit that one with the brush, it would kick it up a little bit.
Right.
But I haven't yet.
Now, when you're painting,
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of work with base coat and then detailing?
What I would do, for example, with this gun, when I got it, first thing I do is hit it with steel wool, knock off the shiny is what I call it. Then I base paint it black. I usually use fusion paint, but I found that Rust-Oleum works just as good.
The spray paint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I'll pick a color that I want for my base coat. And
in this case, it's this...
The copper, yeah, this hammered copper. Then I'll spray paint it. Then I'll come back and paint detail on it.
Okay.
Then when I'm happy with that, then I come back and start putting the accoutrements on it. This one, I was such a pretty gun, I really didn't do that much to it.
And it still has the sound chip.
Yeah. And I look, you know, my goal is to find nice guns. I mean, obviously I like making the ones from scratch, you know, like this one.
Right.
And,
let's see this one under here. That's a very nice one.
My space rifle. See, this is a flintlock stock. This is an old air ball gun. These are valves off robots that are used to put out fires. Candelabra bits, obviously. And it's also suitable for night hunting.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and the same deal. You know, I refinish this, swing arm lamp parts, you know, whatever it takes. No brass is safe.
Where do you get a flintlock?
I got this in West Virginia. I was up there working on a job in my real life, in my costume life.
Shh.
And it was funny because I was working so hard trying to get out and find some stuff to buy, you know, and at the last day I was there, I was getting ready to leave the encampment, and there at the top of the hill was a flea market. And a old guy was sitting on this thing here, and I just had to have it.
So a wide variety of places to find your parts. Anywhere.
People give me stuff. Brass bed headboards are an exceptionally wonderful find because a lot of times the thrift store will only have the headboard, and so they can't sell it. And I'll get a headboard for $10. We're talking 7-8 barrels on that, you know. And that's like, where is that fellow? The Ripsaw. Oh well, maybe I've sold it already. Oh, here it is. See?
Oh wow. Wonderful.
And I have a little.
So this is part from a brass headboard.
Yes.
And then some copper wiring, copper tubing.
That's actually like number 8 or number 10 copper grounding wire.
Okay.
This is, you know, off Northern. We have a store called Northern where you can buy brassy stuff, clockwork parts. That's another piece out of a clock. You know, candelabra, cuckoo clock ears, a bit of brass. That was a brass bowl or something that I had. I like this one because of it doesn't do anything, but
it does that.
What do you mean it doesn't do anything? It goes.
That's right. And noisy guns are always popular. And the Nerf gun is always popular as well. You know. But I try to find, you know, more exotic looking weaponry when I can on eBay or wherever I find it, thrift stores. I'm never done looking for attractive guns, and I found that the Italians make the best toy guns. And Buzz Lightyear makes the best ray guns. You like Buzz Lightyear? Yeah. Awesome, dude. That's a Buzz Lightyear gun. And you know, like. Yes, it's a squirt gun. I've seen 3 of them here. 2 that I made. But I don't know if you can tell, but Feel the weight on that.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very, very, very solid weight to it now.
And I put sand in them to give them life. But it tends to leak out a bit. Ooh, that one shoots, but you have to turn it.
Yeah, we have one at home.
Well, sir, I want to thank you very much for your time and your ingenuity.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you. You have been watching Professor Upsidasium's Physiotronic Audiographic Steampunk Archive, collecting images and sounds from AnachroCon 2011, held February 25th through February 27th, Part 3. Please check for Parts 1 and 2 if you've not already. For more information about future AnachroCons, please visit www.anachrocon.com. Meanwhile, the experiment continues when the archive reactivates for DragonCon 2011.